Hey Void, how you doing? Still at it. So, my next review was gonna be another Godzilla film. So I decided to break it up a little bit and do things a little out of order from how I watched them, which I don't normally prefer doing, but well, I just did two Godzilla films in a row, so I decided to do something completely different. Well, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Okay, it's not that different. So, 1953, so if I'm not mistaken. So beating out the original Godzilla by like a year. This was one of the granddaddy of all giant monster movies, and it does. I mean, King Kong would have been the father, but this one is well. If King Kong's the grandfather, this one's probably the father. So, especially for making them big lizards. So, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms is a Ray Harryhausen as doing the effects on the Redosaurus or Redosaurus. Anyway, essentially then there's some signed Arctic tests. The scientists are doing Arctic bomb tests, and blowing up an atomic bomb in the Arctic, and that seems to have woken up a dinosaur from prehistoric times, who then begins slowly making his way downtown, and he be driving fast. So the dinosaur is attacks lighthouses, attacks people. He's quick to gobble up anyone in his way, and while he is into like giant, he's big enough to easily knock cars aside and crash right through buildings. And essentially, the human element here follows some researchers who are trying to figure out what's going on. At first, with a series of mysterious events, and some people talking about a monster. Like one of the pilots who did the best saw his friend be attacked by this dinosaur, but everyone thinks he hallucinated. So when he's talking to the paleontologists, they think he's crazy. Well, one girl is at least willing to humor him, but her father, the big dinosaur expert, is saying, nah, can't be. Well, turns out it be. And they are work together to try to, figure out how to stop it. And though when the scientist goes down in a diving bell to observe his Redosaurus, which he is quite thrilled to see, let's just say he got a little too into his art. So, the movie is very well done, and the way the dinosaur moves is very. Essentially, I guess Ray Harryhausen just watched a bunch of lizards and cats and other things, how they moved and reacted to things. So occasionally, how he is batting at cars or stepping on things, or then just kind of stepping back over it again. It's more based on how actual animals move. There was a lot of research put into it. They also added a whole other element here, where this creature has been frozen for so long, a lot of the diseases its blood has, they went extinct. So humans aren't really ready for them. So he shooting at him and causing him to drop blood is also creating a biohazard. So there's a lot going on in Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, and the humans characters are actually fairly engaging, and the element of trying to destroy this creature without making it bleed everywhere makes it a whole other thing. Cultivating in the big Coney Island showdown, which this movie is famous for. So, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, and it's not a very long film either, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a cool 80 minutes. It's a quick sit and does what it needs to do, and does it very well. For me, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms is 8 MacGuffins. It is a very solid giant monster film from the 50s, and in my opinion, one of the better ones. I mean, Godzilla still holds my heart as probably the ultimate one there, but Beast from 20,000 Fathoms is pretty much a masterclass in it, and you can't go wrong with Harryhausen, especially for his stop motion monster. It's still very believable that creature is there. Thing is, with movies that are as good as this, it's hard for me to find a bunch of things to talk about, particularly since it was a little while ago that I watched this one now. But I don't know if there is anything really else to add. Yes, Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Highly recommended if you haven't seen it. If you're a fan of giant monster movies or old school cinema, it is definitely one that's definitely worth seeing. Yeah, I think that's all I got on this one. So probably be back with the Godzilla film shortly. But well, always a pleasure, Void. See you soon.